One of the most well-known shipwrecks in human history, the Endurance, Ernest Shackleton's lost ship, has recently been found. It was found in the Weddell Sea about 10,000 feet underwater. An expedition organized by the Falklands Maritime Heritage Trust searched for and found the Endurance. The expedition to find the Endurance left Cape Town, South Africa on an icebreaker ship on February 5th of this year. Not only did they succeed in finding the Endurance, but they found it in reasonably good shape, which is quite remarkable considering the fact it was crushed by ice and underwater for more than a century. So here's the story of how the Endurance sunk. In 1914, when World War I had just started, Ernest Shackleton, the British explorer, and his crew set out to explore Antarctica with two ships, the Endurance and the Aurora, with 27 men on them. The plan was to have the two ships to go to two different places in Antarctica. In January of 1915, on the coast of Antarctica, the Endurance got trapped in ice. The ship with the men on it stayed there for a long time, but after a while the ice put pressure on the Endurance and gradually crushed it. Ernest Shackleton, knowing that the ship was not safe to stay on, ordered the men to abandon it on October 27, 1915. For what happened after that, I will quote from NPR.org, quote, "The men were told to gather no more than 2 pounds each of personal gear from the ship. Much of the ship's supplies had already become inaccessible because of broken timbers in the hull. The Endurance finally broke up and sank into the Weddell Sea on November 21, 1915. The crew made a new camp on an ice floor, and any ambition to cross Antarctica dissipated. The mission was now one of survival, a saga that would stretch into August 1916 before all the men were rescued. The Aurora also became trapped in ice. 3 men from that voyage died before the final members of the crew were rescued in early 1917." End of quote. So now, about 106 years later, after the Endurance sank, it has been found again. The expedition to find the Endurance found it 4 miles south of where it was said to have sunk at. They used sonar to find it. After that, they had an autonomous underwater vehicle with a camera on it swim over the sunken ship to confirm that it was the Endurance. The leader of the expedition to find the Endurance, John Shears, said that this was probably the most challenging shipwreck search ever undertaken. He also said that he was surprised by the good condition of the sunken ship, saying about it, quote, "There's hardly anything living on it, and even some of the original paint is intact. You can see inside the hatchways, the stairs, you can see the ropes and the rigging. It's as if it only sank yesterday." End of quote. The sunken Endurance was not moved and will stay where it is at. Nothing was taken from it. Pictures were taken of it, but it was not disturbed. This is because disturbing it is forbidden under the Arctic Treaty, because it is considered a historical site. The expedition's exploration director, Minson Bond, said that the find is not just about learning more about the past, but also bringing more awareness to the explorations of Ernest Shackleton and his men. He said, quote, "We hope our discovery will engage young people and inspire them with the pioneering spirit, courage, and fortitude of those who sailed the Endurance to Antarctica. We pay tribute to the navigational skills of Captain Frank Worsley, the captain of the Endurance, whose detailed records were invaluable to our quest to locate the wreck." End of quote. I guess by making this video, I am bringing more awareness to the explorations of Ernest Shackleton to those who watch this video. Before the journey of when the Endurance sank, Ernest Shackleton had done a good amount of exploration, including the Nimrod expedition, where he and 3 men had gone the closest to the South Pole and the farthest south anyone had gone up to that time before. After the Endurance sank, Ernest Shackleton also did more exploring. He died too soon at the age of 47 from a heart attack, likely caused, at least partly, by a congenital heart defect. He died on January 5th of 1922. Despite this, he accomplished a lot in his life and is considered one of the greatest explorers in history. Learning about his many explorations in detail is usually quite interesting. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe for more content like this.